Here's the deal. Everybody wants to buy from somebody smarter than them, right? They just don't want to feel dumb about it. So don't make your clients, don't make our borrowers, don't make the people that we're trying to help feel dumb, right? We don't have to put on an air of sophistication and talk down to people. Like, yes, we want to take control and we want to be the professionals, but we want to do that subtly so that our borrower feels empowered, they feel educated, they feel enlightened, they feel like they were part of the solution, not just part of like the, yeah, you're wrong, but here's how I'm going to fix it. Like, you don't have to be that kind of a superhero. You could be the kind of superhero that comes in and is like, give me a hand, let's do this together, right? And then ask some questions, ask some curious questions, and then we can put together a solve. So, yes, they want to buy from somebody who's smarter than them, especially in the given field, and we definitely are, but they don't want to feel dumb about it. So be careful when addressing those objections, and try not to use that overly assertive voice. Use a playful, like, oh yeah, I'm sure you knew that already though. So here's what's going to happen here. And then you say that with a smile, and people open up to you, and they're like, this person is likable. So that's also, by the way, how you diffuse some objections. So very often, I talk to senior loan consultants, folks who've been on the phones in other industries even for a longer period of time, and they say, I don't really get this type of objection anymore. And the trick is, people who've been doing this for a long time have figured out how to avoid that objection before it ever happens. They diffuse the objection. They avoid it. And then other people who are listening to the phone call are like, well, that was just a lay down, like that was easy. How did this person make it seem so easy? Well, that person made it seem so easy because they were smart about it, but they didn't make their customers feel dumb. So here's how you do that. So you say, well, of course you knew already that you could pull your credit report by several agencies. It sounds like you've already shopped a couple of times, so just a quick reminder, you've got X, Y, and Z. So it's a reminder, and like, I'm sure you already do this, but like, here we go. And you say it with a smile on your face, and then bada boom, bada bing, you're good to go. There's no need for strong arm tactics. I find that those cause mistrust. So if you come over hard over the top of somebody and say, listen, this is how we do that because, and you have that kind of tone of voice, doesn't really make sense. So think about your tone of voice. If you're talking about closing costs even, you want to have an objection, say your closing costs are going to be $3,800. What? That sounds like very authoritative, like aggressive kind of. Your closing costs are going to be $3,800. But if you say, hey, your closing costs are going to be $3,800. Now that sounds a little different, doesn't it? Like that sounds like, yeah, I know it's $3,800. It seems like a lot, but bear with me. I'm going to tell you why it's okay. It's going to be cool. There's some, and that way you diffuse the situation. People feel comfortable having that, like waiting for you to answer your own implied question. So hopefully that helps. Last but not least, the 2-year curve. So how long does it take you to figure this stuff out? When I talk to LCs who've been doing this for more than 2 years, they've instinctively done this. The successful ones have. The folks who haven't done this on purpose are usually under 2 years. It takes a little while. So what I would love to do is to accelerate that curve. Because what happens in our business, generally speaking, is that first year you might make that $90,000. The second year you might make $120,000. And people who've been in the business for 3+ years, they've got a high likelihood of making $200,000 plus, right? Depends on the markets, of course. There's a lot of moving factors, but that's what we see traditionally is in that third year, after 2 years, they start to get it, and they stick around in the longevity in the industry, and the difference is striking very often. We want to speed up that curve. That's what these videos are all about. We want to help you get to that potential faster. So give yourself some flexibility to use different tones and experiment with your tone of voice. Play around with your inflection and try and figure out what is going to give you the best results. And I think you'll find that using a more playful voice, a light-hearted, but still authoritative, like you still have all the answers, but you're not trying to make people feel dumb about it.